Hello and welcome to this week's tarot reading. So there is a new moon in Sagittarius, so it's about expansion and vision, adventure, setting intentions and really picturing the goals you want to bring in for next year. If you feel called, I have created a 5-minute ritual video to really anchor in what you want to bring forward in fruition next year, really bringing those dreams alive. So I will link that video below if you would like to take part in that ritual. So firstly, this reading is about the seed of the soul. So this is about discovering your dream, and that's what I focused on in the cards today. The first card we have is Jupiter, and this is the flame, and this is the part of you that is awakening now. This can reveal, your inner your inner fire, and showing what needs to be raised or expressed. So with that being said, I'll read from the book. So expansion, possibility and fortune. Jupiter is often a welcome sight, emerging from the darkness, shimmering with possibilities. It is the planet of growth, expansion, success and elevation. When this card appears, the future is full and bright, perhaps even dazzling. Everyone wants to be around Jupiterian energy and to claim a little for themselves, so there is likely a magnetic feeling at play. The work is to keep Jupiter's bigness in balance during the wave of expansion that takes place. Its shadow is most easily seen in celebrity culture, excess consumption, and messaging of never enough. You may begin comparing yourself to others or assessing your value. Don't double judge yourself for this. Jupiter happens. Instead, realign with the benevolent message in your heart, what truly needs expanding. It's likely not your followers or your bank account. Your confidence, I would say, from this card is really growing, and you have something unique you are working towards. This will bring you great fortune and success. The possibilities are endless. Your dreams and visions of your best life is getting close. Your inner truth of what you truly desire is awakening now, and your inner wisdom is guiding your path towards your dreams. So keep playing and co-creating with spirit, as it is taking you somewhere that will really light you up. Jupiter is a planet of luck and expansion, and in the card, it's showing that kind of the rainbow. So it's using all of your gifts and your talents to move you forward towards your dream. The next card we have is the seed. And funnily enough, this part of the reading was, it's called the seed dream. So what dream is ready to be planted? And we have the seed. I found that quite funny. And this says the beginning, the origin, the pearl. Beginnings come in many forms. They are not always a beautiful seed placed intentionally in nourishing soil. Origin stories, like any birth story, are complex, surprising, multi-layered, and usually reveal a central image or detail that represents the fully formed being. Simply stated, the end is present in the beginning, or the entire oak tree resides within the acorn. Whether you follow this imaginal theory or not, know that when this card appears, there is potent generative energy all around. It stirs your very insides and usually results in an antsy, impatient feeling. Pay particular attention to what agitates you, as it is a sure sign of growth to come. You are bumping up against a growth edge. It is from the grit that the pearl eventually comes to be. So I would say, the dream is ready to be planted. It is a new beginning that you want, and you want to build a life of stability, love and prosperity, but you may be getting impatient. Remember the time is coming. So, try and be in the present moment, really be in your body. If you keep focused and imagine your dream as if it's already here and feel into that feeling, it will be coming sooner than you think. So yeah, really take this time between now and the new year, because we're in a very powerful portal now, with the new moon now and our solstice coming in a couple of days. This is a very strong time to be manifesting, and writing down anything it is that you want to bring forward for next year. The next card we have is the Truth. So this is, what truth do you need to honour to support your dream? And that is embodiment. So this card, this is guiding you, to get out of your logical mind and really feel into your body. Your intuition guides you from the lower half of your body. If there are answers you're seeking, now would be a really good time to meditate and rest in the lower half of your body. Kind of imagine that light is streaming down, from above, down your crown, through your chakras, into your body. Imagine roots coming up from the earth into the soles of your feet, rising from above, but also the energy coming in from below. So really feel, the energy in your sacral chakra. This would also be a really good time for journaling, and this will guide you towards your truth. So yeah, embodiment is about, being in your body, trying to get out of your head, and doing anything that may help you do this, whether it's, being in nature, going for a walk, even cleaning can help. I just find sometimes I get ideas when I'm just doing the most mundane tasks, whether it's washing up or mopping a floor or something. But yeah, it's really about getting out of your head and getting into your body, feeling that, it's from your heart and your gut that you tend to, get those intuitions and those hits. The next card we have is the root of the story. So what old fear or story needs to be released? And that is the Princess of Swords. So from this, I would say, you're leaving behind disruptive thoughts and limiting beliefs, that have limited your growth. We all, say people that watch us probably, we all have an inner rebel, that really believes in truth and justice. But you are now refining your emotions and moods, which has given you clarity on the steps you need, to take going forward. You are no longer being repressed by your thoughts, and you're changing old stories into new ones that will really benefit your life moving forward in a profound way. The Princess of Swords can sometimes be, someone who's very impulsive, but she is strong and courageous. Sometimes our thoughts can, just go round and round in our head, and it can be quite disruptive, but you are now clearing through this. So this is a really good time to kind of get out of your head, as the previous card was, pointing towards. The next card we have is Anunnaki Light Code, and this relates to the energy that kind of will nourish you going forward. On the card it says energetic shift, new information, and end of a cycle. So, this is the energy to nourish your dream. So an energy of change, I would say, is coming through for you, and you are being guided by spirit. Maybe connect with Isis or Ishtar, because this is what the god on the card represents, or any gods or goddesses who align with you, as they can really help you to change your perspective on any limiting beliefs you have about your potential. This is a calling, calling you to go with the new and release the old. That could be something physical or something inside that you may need to release. It may feel scary, being vulnerable, and really connecting to your feelings about what is important, but this will help bring new ideas and information as you move through this change. It can be painful, when we're ending a cycle, because that could mean leaving people behind, or something that's given us stability in the past, like a job or something. But this card is really about embracing the new and going forward, and really releasing those things as we're coming close to the end of the year. Next year is a 1 in numerology, and it's the year of the fire horse. So this is all about freedom and moving forward with courage. The next card we have is Snake Shed Old Skin. And this card is about what can you do next, kind of anchoring the energy moving forward. So this is really about casting off old beliefs, and really showing your authentic self. This is through, using your gifts and your talents. This really is a card of transformation, moving past any limitations that have kept you back. So it's all about renewal. That's what I think. This is the year of the snake we're in now. So that's, it makes a lot of sense. And it is a 9 year. So it's kind of completing cycles and endings. The work you have been doing on yourself is bringing abundance your way. So really take this time to celebrate your personal success and be proud of how far you have come. This has been, I don't know about you, but it's been a lot of ups and downs this year that have really been like eye-opening, and there's been a lot of self-alchemy going on. So as we close out this year, I think it would be really good to kind of write down or speak into a voice recorder just things that, you know, that you're reflecting on, that you can see how far you've come from, especially say a year ago. There's so much work that people have been doing on themselves, and it's really raising our consciousness in such a beautiful way. So I think everyone deserves a pat on the back for that. The next card we have is Uranus, and this is like a future energy card of, you know, what might become. You know, if we, you know, nurture our dream with courage, you know, and be consistent. So I'll read that card now. Awakening, brilliance, individualism. When Uranus strikes, we are in for a surprise, not in the outer world, but in ourselves. What wasn't possible before is now, thanks to Uranus and its ability to shatter our preconceptions. This shift in perspective or identity brings newfound freedom and opens up dormant energy. For an alchemist, this may be experienced as a long-awaited aha moment or a sudden stroke of genius. Inventions and innovations are born under Uranus energy. This card may also appear to show us what is particularly unique about ourselves or another. A seemingly random or idiosyncratic quality may end up being the secret ingredient needed in the laboratory. The alchemist knows this radical energy isn't sustainable, and so the work is to show up each day whether or not Uranus strikes. Wow. This is quite a powerful card for this position. So the dream you are planting will lead you to the freedom you have been wishing for. You know, keep wishing, keep dreaming. You know, no goal is too big. Your unique gifts are rising. You are awakening ancient wisdom that is really guiding you to something so beautiful and long lasting. You know, really make moments for silence and stillness so you can receive these messages or aha moments. There are ideas and guidance from spirit, from your inner wisdom. So, you know, about being in the body, doing something physical that can really help, whether it's just dancing around your living room, getting out for a walk, an exercise class, something to really take you out of that mind, and then maybe do some meditation after, to really allow that information to come through, and then do some journaling, automatic writing, as if, you know, write a question and then just start writing and see what comes out for you. The next card we have is the Healer. And this was an additional moon and blessing card. You know, what will the new moon offer you? So I will read that now. The light worker, the gifted, the old soul. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. In Sanskrit, the word avida means forgetting, and it is said that this is the source of all suffering and dis-ease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways, from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is a multi-layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its own origin, much like the Ouroboros. Well, so this is a gift of remembering at a core level who you are and what it is, you know, that you're here for. That is a healer, so that can be in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be that you title yourself as a healer, but whatever you're doing on a creative level and whatever you're creating, that does bring healing to others, whether it is through art, through music, through tarot readings, through counseling, whatever it is you do, you know, you are healing others. You heal yourself continuously on your journey, and the more you heal, the more you know, you step into your power and teach others and help others how they can heal themselves. You are empowering yourself more fully each day, and the energy is making its way to those it is meant for. The gift you are receiving is remembrance, and this is really opening up your path to something, you know, so beautiful. Next year is going to be a year of amazing shifts. I think this year has been as well. Your reality is upgrading, and it's really aligning to your dreams. This is such a powerful time for manifesting. and the work is going to pay off in such a huge way. This is quite an exciting time, I'd say. So the angel number I've pulled today is 2020 compassion, mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, adaptability, and renewal. It is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct, but it's also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. I think a lot of us are being led in a way towards service. It doesn't have to be something huge, but it's even in the advice you share with friends. It's all about love and service, but it has to start with you first. So as you heal yourself, your light shines, and that kind of draws people to you as well, who kind of maybe need that healing too. The animal spirit card we have is Hawk. So the sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly, though it may seem small or insignificant. It will eventually redirect your course. Wow. So, the hawk in Egypt, because I've been reading a lot about Egypt lately, is this is like bringing divine protection and strength. It can also signify leadership and spiritual transformation. So your shift, your perspective is really shifting in a new way. You're seeing now from a higher and less attached way. This is really opening up your intuition and your ability to receive messages that are leading you to where you really want to be, especially for next year. This could also be something physical. So obviously, as it said, you could also be getting some kind of message, an email, a letter, a text message. There could be some important news, like an offer, an opportunity, or a gift coming your way. So really keep your eyes open, keep your heart open. And until next time, I hope you have a lovely Christmas, and I shall see you soon. Bye.